up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Tony Marinaro.
55 seconds left in the penalty, a minute and 27 seconds left in regulation time. Boston 4, Montreal 3. Lafleur coming out rather gingerly on the right side. He gives it into Lemaire, back to Lafleur. Oh!
The sickest Montreal Canadiens podcast.
You're in the fall!
Sports entertainment like no other.
Rejoint, on lui fait perdre la rondelle, une passe devant. Et c'est le dégagement et ce sera la victoire des Canadiens. Coupe Stanley pour les Canadiens. Le 23e de l'histoire.
You found the dogs! John, you found the dogs! He found the dogs!
And all together, they worked a young team to the top. And now, a 24th Stanley Cup banner will hang from the rafters of the famous Forum in Montreal. The Canadiens win the Stanley Cup.
Brought to you by Energy Transportation Group. Driven to be different. 8.6 beer. Intense by nature. And Laraque. If the last time you went to Laraque was when the Habs won the Cup, it's time you went back to Laraque. It's gonna be sick.
Marinaro, the Sick Podcast on this Thursday night, December the 8th. It is a couple of minutes past 10 o'clock right here, and we're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook, and we're live on Twitter. And I'm wearing my nice shirt here. Look at that. Usually when I talk, I get paid. I love this shirt. Having my 8.6 beer, and this show is brought to you in part by 8.6 beer, intense by nature. The beer for those who follow their instinct and live their passions in order to make their mark. Let's go for it. There you go. Also brought to you by Energy Transportation Group, which is a leading full-service logistics provider serving all of North America, driven to be different, and brought to you by Laraque. If the last time you went to Laraque was when the Habs won the Cup, it's time you go back to Laraque. The menu will surprise you. Our regular contributor every Thursday night is George Laraque. And once upon a time, he appeared on this show in a hotel room, lying on his bed with a pillow underneath him, and he was wearing absolutely nothing. And look at that, look at that. He's got his sick vegan hoodie that I personally delivered to him about a week ago. All right, okay. George, does it fit?
It's perfect, Tony. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And,
is there
Tony,
a reason why
if this show was 10 minutes later, I was going to be naked again. I'm in a hotel room again in Toronto. Tomorrow, it's the Hockey House, the homeless tournament. So that's why I'm in Newmarket, Aurora right now.
really?
Yeah.
This is, how's your connection? Because I don't know, I'm hearing something in my ear every 2 minutes that something's bouncing or whatever. Is everything okay or what?
Yeah, hold on. Maybe it's the air conditioning close to it. I don't know. Is it better now? Is it, how's that?
Hold on a second. Why would you have air conditioning on? It's December 8th.
I'm a winter guy, man. I need to be cold in my room. I love it.
You put the air conditioning on even in the winter?
Yeah, oh yes, always. My window's always open. It's 13 degrees in my home, always cold. People can't even get in because it's too cold. But I love it. I'm a winter guy, man.
Yeah,
I'm a fake black guy. I don't like the sun. I don't like the summer. I like the winter.
All right, okay. But is there something wrong with your microphone or something? Because I'm hearing kind of like a bouncing, like ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
Are you hearing that? You're not hearing that? Is it just me or what? Or am I having a long day today?
Well, a while ago, it was your internet, your Dollarama internet connection.
No,
remember?
no. It's not my internet. I'm on a hardwired. I can tell you it's definitely not me, but it sounds like something's popping. Now, are you on Wi-Fi or are you on data?
No, on Wi-Fi.
You're on Wi-Fi?
You want me to shut out the air conditioning? You think that's what it is?
Well, no, I don't think it's the air conditioning that would make a bouncing sign. What I think you should do, let's go on data. Can you go on data or what's the story here?
I could take off my earpods. I go to the computer. See if the sound is better. Is this better?
Hold on a second. Let's talk for 5 seconds. Talk to me back.
This is the sound of the computer. How's that?
I don't think I'm hearing the popping anymore. I mean, your sound was better before, but I'm not hearing popping, which is more important.
Yeah, well, I'm in the computer. I took off my AirPods. So do you think?
Okay, I'm hearing the popping again now.
Okay, so
Try
okay,
data. Try data. You know, I signed up to actually be a podcaster, and I find that most of the time I've become like an IT guy ever since I've been doing this. Unbelievable. I fix people's computers. I fix their Wi-Fi. I fix their AirPods. I fix everything here.
Okay, let me see.
Let's see. Yeah. No, but put the AirPods back in. But go on data.
How's that? How's that? What does it mean? Go on data. Like I'm on my.
It means take off your Wi-Fi. Off. Are you on your cell phone?
No, I mean, you want me to use my cell phone? I'm on the iPad right now. You want me to use my cell phone? Would that be better?
No, but yeah, maybe if you use your cell phone.
Okay, let me use my cell phone.
Yeah. Let's try that. Yeah.
Okay,
What a disaster. First, I find him in a hotel room. Then I find him on top of a pillow. Then he's not wearing a shirt. Then he's not wearing shorts. He's not wearing nothing. I don't know. Now I think it's the hotel Wi-Fi. I don't know. All of a sudden, I became an IT guy. It says what in the world is going on here? I think it was worse with the pods, by the way. I think it was worse with the pods. I don't wear the wireless, by the way. I have these that are, see that? You see that? What I have here? They're wired. Okay. You see the wire? You see the wire? That's wired here. That's it. Boom. I wire it. That's it. Directly into my board. No problem. Is this a joke or what? Enforcer says maybe his Wi-Fi became vegan. That's a good one.
Okay, hold on. I'll shut that off. I'll go with my phone. I'll go with my phone, okay?
Yeah. Go on your phone. Yeah. Don't worry about it. There's only thousands and thousands of people that are watching here. Don't worry about it. He's going to go on his phone now. Sandro says, Tony, that hair is rocking tonight. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Lucas DP8 says, wired is always better. Jonathan DeGennaro, Cookie Monster Sounds.
Is this
Jean
better?
Maurice says, George's dreads hit the earbuds.
Is this better?
Hold on a second. Go ahead.
Do you like this better?
Talk to me for 5 seconds.
1 2 1 2. Hi, Tony. How's the sound?
Okay. I hear the bouncing again. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna have to live with
it.
Hold on.
I'm on the Wi-Fi. You want me to take it off?
Yeah, take off the Wi-Fi. Let's go data.
Second. Okay,
Only 5 times I told him. He's lucky that he's like, 5 inches taller than me and 100 pounds heavier, or else I would have given him a beating by now. Which obviously I cannot do because, he would squash me like an ant. So Ben says, we're hearing him very good on my side. Okay. All right. So let's put him back on then. I was hearing a bouncing. I don't know what to tell you. I was hearing like ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Maybe it was him again with the pillow in the hotel room.
How's that, Tony? No Wi-Fi.
Okay. I think it's perfect.
It's good.
Fantastic.
Okay, perfect. Let me set my phone.
George,
when
you go on the road, you have to stop staying at the Motel Ideal. We used to do that when we were 18 years old. We used to go there 4 hours. We used to pay $36, and we used to walk in and put the TV on channel 27. We don't do those things anymore. I'm 50 years old, and you turned 46. As a matter of fact, you turned 46 yesterday.
Yes, I did.
There we go. Happy birthday. Now you know why awesome. I got you the hoodie.
Thank you, brother. That's awesome. That is so awesome. I love it. Sick vegan. I love it.
Thought I heard somebody coming in there for a second. Hey? That's very, very nice. Okay, I'm happy. Good. Very, very good. Fantastic. Awesome. Okay, very good. All right. So now that you're there, but you got to stop going to these cheap hotels. Okay, George? You made a lot of money in your career, and you continue to make a lot of money in your after career. Stop going to these $36 for 4 hours.
Let me explain to you why I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here for the foundation. They set each hockey players that are coming to play in a hotel to play for the foundation. If we go in a more expensive hotel, it's less money. It's less money that's going to go to the charity if I go to a 5-star hotel. So I'm okay to go to a cheaper hotel that is sponsoring the tournament So then all the proceeds goes to the charity.
Okay,
that's why, Tony.
Okay, I'm a little bit rattled here because look at this piece of work. It's 10:10, and I hear knocking on my door. All right, I'm in my basement. No one usually knocks on my door at 10:10, and I'm even afraid to ask. You want to come on camera here or what? You want to come on camera?
How are you?
This is my buddy Joe Scalzo. Okay.
Hi, Joe.
You want to come down and look at him so you can see you? You're in the camera there. Okay. You want to say hi? George Laraque's birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
All right.
Thank you.
I think you may know him because you went to see Susie not too far, right? In the you did the sculpting here at one point.
Yeah. I did.
Okay,
I did. There's many treatment that I've done there. This is the best place for it's the best spot for men and women and treatment center in the
he's in the same strip mall. I'm afraid to ask because I already have a feeling I know what's going on.
Yeah,
what's going on?
And Yellow and Sammy called me today.
Yeah.
They said they can't take looking at your hair no more. So I'm here to fix it.
This is my barber. And Agnello and Sammy. Can you bring up Agnello and Sammy for a second here? Let's bring up Agnello and Sammy. Agnello and Sammy, come on. Are you guys serious or what? You called my barber to come in and to give me a haircut live on my podcast?
Well, Tony, look at the wig you have on your head right now.
That's exactly. See, George knows. Look at your hair, man. We got to get rid of it.
I understand, but you have to do it live on the podcast in yellow.
Yes, because we want to show people we care about you. So there you go.
What a piece of work this guy is. All right, Joe, I don't know what to tell you. There's a chair over there. You need to sit down, or you're going to do a stand. How are you going to do? You're going to do a standing up or what? Yeah.
Whether he's setting up, anything he does, whether he's standing up or not, is going to be an improvement.
Oh my God! Oh my! He's opening his briefcase. Though you got to see this. This is unbelievable. Wow! I'm a little bit rattled. I don't even know where to start, to tell you the truth. Okay, because Agnello and Sammy, this is the first one they've ever played on me. Which I guess it all depends. Okay, it's all cool. Hey, for whatever reason, my God, where am I going to start? I'm rattled. You're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on Twitter. Share it with your friends. If you like it, share it with as many people as possible. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're going to watch it tomorrow on Google or Apple or Spotify, listen to it. Leave us a 5-star review. We'd appreciate it. A lot of people are starting to get worried about Cole Caufield. I can't believe this guy's going to cut my hair any second now. They're starting to get worried because Cole Caufield is scoring at 100 miles an hour. He doesn't have a contract yet. And everyone's starting to wonder whether the contract's going to be a long-term or a short-term. What do you think is going to happen?
Cole Caufield already said that he loves the Montreal market because he thrives playing under pressure. So all these things that I've heard about him wants to play. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
He put a towel over me. He's actually going to cut my hair for look at it.
Actually, it's not just your hair he has to cut. He has to trim you down there because I heard you like Borat down there.
No.
You have to do trimming down there too.
You know, if I didn't work for 8 million companies and I was worried about getting fired, I'd actually show you that I'm as clean as a whistle. Here, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'll show you this. Hold on. I'll show you this. Hold on. Hold on. Joe, lift this cape over here. Lift this cape. Put it over my head here. Hold on a second. Do you see a hair? I don't want to take off my top because then I'm going viral. Do you see any hairs? Look at my arms. Look at my hands. Look at my fingers. I have no hairs. I have a phobia for hair. The only place I keep it is on top of my head. I don't do a very good job with that.
I didn't know you go waxing every day, but congratulations.
I don't go waxing. I bought myself a trimmer at Costco, and I trim like every 3 days. I trim.
Okay, so you don't look like a bear. That's awesome.
No. I don't look. You won't find one hair on my arms. Look at that. You won't find one hair on my hand. Nothing. Actually, there's a couple. They're very, very little. Very
That's
little.
Awesome.
Yeah, I shave my legs like once a week.
Hey, Joe, $200 if you shave his entire head.
Joe, he just offered you $200 if you shave my entire head. My wife's gonna die. If you shave my entire head, my wife's gonna die. You want a beer?
Actually, I don't know how she doesn't die looking at these.
Have a beer. Have a beer. Have a beer. But look at the camera every now and then. Look at the camera. Cheers. This is our sponsor, 8.6 beer.
Tony, if you want to lose weight, you can't drink beer at this time. It's way too late. It's not good for your metabolism.
I support those who support me, George. Zita now. Zita. All right. Are you worried about Cole Caufield?
Okay. So About Cole Caufield. Cole Caufield already said that he tries playing on a big market team, and he loves playing Montreal because under pressure, that's what he likes the most. There is a lot of players that don't like playing in a market like this because there's too much pressure and they don't like it. They can't perform under this. But Caufield can, and he is right now, and it's awesome. Since last year, the way he's been playing and he's starting the season, he's playing like he finished. He's having fun. Martin St. Louis is his biggest fan, and he loves it. He's gonna sign a long-term contract just like Suzuki did because he loves it here. He loves playing with Suzuki. They have perfect chemistry together. Suzuki and him been talking about the relationship, how on and off the ice, they're always together. So he wants to be with him. He knows that if he goes into another market, he might not have a center like Suzuki that makes him look good. And Suzuki is the reason why he's going to score 40 goals this year. So I think he's going to match the amount of years Suzuki's going to do, just like Mitch Marner did with Matthews.
So Suzuki's got, hold on a second. Suzuki's got 7 years left. Do you think he's going to finish the 7 years? Or let me ask you this. Crosby and Malkin signed for the same amount. I think it was 8.7 a year. I think Kane and Taves at one point, I could be mistaken, was it 10 and a half? They signed for the same amount. Do you think Suzuki and Caufield signs for the same contract that Suzuki has?
I'm not sure if he's going to sign for the same, but it's going to be pretty close to it because Pat Brisson is his agent, and I know he's going to want to go for the money. But I think the terms will be the same because right now, as you can see in the NHL, they go with duos. Like, you just said it. Crosby, Malkin, Taves, Kane, McDavid, Draisaitl,
Laraque,
Marinaro. Matthews, Marner. You get duos, and then you surround your team around it. So he loves playing with Suzuki. Suzuki makes him look good, and it's awesome. And you know that when you change team, you might not always.
George, I don't hear you. Now we lost him. At the beginning, I heard bouncing. Then he took himself off. Then he wanted to shut off the air conditioner. Now he's back. Look. I don't hear you. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, so what I was saying is that nobody has to
hold on a second. What happened? You got a phone call? You got a call on your phone?
Yeah, so I turned it off. So
you're supposed to put your phone on Do Not Disturb.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Now you got rid of me. This is a mitigated disaster, eh? This is a disaster tonight. I think the best thing that happened all night tonight is that I'm actually getting a haircut because I haven't been able to go. Did you see the way I butchered it on the? Tell me the truth. Did I butcher it? Really? Hold on a second. Tell everyone.
You butchered it.
I butchered it. But how can I butcher it if I took a clipper and I put the adjustment on top and I went even? How did I butcher it?
You butchered it.
All right. Okay. Let's get the.
Okay. All good now. All good.
Okay. Very good.
Is it good now?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's all good now. Yeah.
Do not disturb. Okay. So nobody has to be afraid now because I think that he's gonna stay. He's gonna match the amount of year that Suzuki did. They have perfect chemistry together. There's no controversy there. It's a matter of time before this is all resolved, and they're gonna be playing together for years to come.
But what's going on with you tonight? The phone is falling. It's going up and down. 2 weeks ago, you were on top of your pillow, hammering away at 100 miles an hour like when we were 18. What's going on here?
Because my iPad's not working. You asked me to use my phone. I'm having my vitamin bottles holding my phone up on top of my suitcase. My God.
Listen to me carefully. Look at this. It's a mini tripod. Buy one of these. Actually, I'm going to buy you one, and you bring it with you everywhere you go. You played in the National Hockey League for a decade. You played with Crosby. You played with the best in the world. You made big money, and you have your phone being held up by vitamin bottles. George, c'est proche à fois cette histoire-là?
I didn't know that it wasn't going to work with my iPad. I didn't know I was going to have to use my phone. So now it's fine. I put it against the wall, so it's all good.
Okay.
But I didn't know. But now I know. Next time I use my phone, and then I won't use my iPad. I brought it down just for you. I brought my iPad in Toronto just so we could do this.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Apparently it doesn't work. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. So you think it's going to be a long-term deal, and you're not worried about anything.
By the way, Tony, why are you getting a haircut at 10 o'clock at night? You're going to bed after. Your hair is going to be all messed up. Why don't you do this in the morning?
I didn't call Joe. Agnello and Sammy called Joe because obviously they wanted to pull a prank on me at this time while the podcast was going on. I usually go see Joe in the morning. I usually go at around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Now I got hairs all over my microphone. I'm going to have hairs all over my floor. I'm going to have to call my son here to come vacuum pretty soon because my wife's going to end up killing me. Even though this is quote unquote my room, she's going to kill me if there's hair in this room, even though this is supposed to be my room and it's off limits to everybody else.
So why you have to call your son to clean it up? You can't do it yourself?
No, well, I wanted him to do it right now, obviously. Yeah, I could do it after the show. You're right about that. Jake Allen said earlier today that when he broke into the league 10 years ago, between then and now, the league has become so much more offensive. And within the next couple of years, it's going to even become more offensive, and it's going to be a league for 18 to 24-year-olds that are really going to do well. When you take a look at what the Canadiens have in the system going forward, do you think they're going to be well-equipped vis-a-vis other teams?
Yeah, they are already all well equipped. Right now, they have a surplus of defensemen. They have so many good defensemen right now that they're not all gonna make it in Montreal, because just with Xhekaj, Guhle, and Harris, with those 3D man, Kovacevic is doing good, but Mayu's coming up, Struble is coming up. There's so many Ds that they'll be able to use some of those D men to get a young forward to put in the second line for next year. They're in a really, really good position. And that's why I tell everyone that a lot of people want to see the team tank. They want them to see the team to finish last so they get the top 3 picks. They have so many good players that are considered first-round pick, like Guhle and all these guys, that you don't need another top 3 picks next year to make sure that your future is fine, because you have enough prospect right now for years to come to have a really good team. And now with the prospect that you have now that are doing good, like Suzuki Caufield, it'll be easy to attract free agent, so you could surround them with great veterans. So
you're right about that.
That's why if you look at all the young guys that they have right now, Tony, the future of the Canadiens is really good. Nobody expected them to do so good this year. They're like almost up to 30 games, 2 games above 500. This is very good. It's encouraging. You finished last year. You're going to finish about 22nd this year. Is a big improvement. And next year you could fight for a playoff spot. If not making it, it is really good. So that's why if you look at the future of this team and with the new direction that they're taking, it's really good. And we know that all the contract like Hoffman, Dadonov, Drouin, all these guys are going to be done. Armia, they're going to be gone. It'll free up so much money that with that, the team's going to be able to do a lot of great moves.
All right. You mentioned Guhle. You mentioned the young defenseman. Are you willing to bet right now that Caden Guhle is going to be a number 1 defenseman for the next 10 years in the National Hockey League? Or he'll be a number 2. He'll be a first pairing, but he'll be a number 2. Does he have all the tools to be a number 1? Or does he need all the tools to be number 1?
In Montreal, he will be a number 1 for the next 10 years. In the NHL, I'm not going to say he's going to be a number 1, and that's because of who he's playing with. You remember that, like you look at a guy like Sergachev or some of the other guys, when you're playing with a guy like Edmund, it's really, for your development, it makes a hell of a difference, depending who you're playing with. Yeah. Right now, Guhle is the best defenseman in the Canadiens. So who is he playing with that's going to make him any better when he's already the best defenseman on the team, right? So he's doing good. But again, when you talk about player development, it depends who you plays with. And whoever you're playing with, like, guides you, gives you the way. And Madison is okay. So is Edmondson. Edmondson's going to be traded at the deadline anyway. Madison is good. But I'd take Guhle before Madison right now any day of the week because, he's a rookie, and the way that he's developed himself, I'm not sure that he's learning so much from Madison because right now he's already scoring his own persona, the way that he's playing, and he's doing really good. Yeah,
Jake Allen was saying, by the way, that he's blown away by Caden Guhle.
Yeah, no, we all are. We all are, Tony. Like, often we say that the defenseman position is a position that takes a while to mature, and you have so much to learn from. It's hard. It's a hard position, and you look so comfortable out there that the way that he's playing is so fluid that those are the type of stuff he does that you can't teach. And the fact that he's playing with so much insurance in a first year and playing against the top lines already is showing already and how good he's going to be.
Yeah, Joe, you want to look in the camera for a second? Someone says you look like a young Marc Dupré. You know Marc Dupré? You don't know Marc Dupré? I know Marc Dupré. Yeah, he's a Quebec actor. Look at the camera, Joe. Get down a second. The camera's over there, Joe. Yeah. Don't look at there. Look at this. No, but
why are you asking Joe to get down?
Why don't you take off your hat? Why don't you take off your hat, Joe?
Tony.
Yeah.
Why are you asking Joe to get down in front of you? What is that?
No, so that people could see him in the camera because they can't see his face. I think they want to say hi to him and stuff like that. What are you doing exactly with my hair, Joe? Because a lot of people are wondering why you just didn't take a number one, just pass a number one, and that's it. Then away by the line, it's over.
Yes, it would do a favor.
No, I don't want to go very short. No, I don't want to go very short.
We're trying to make you still look presentable.
So you want a mullet? You want a mullet?
No. So what are we doing? We're doing a Barry Melrose here or what? What's the story here?
A little bit of a more Barry Melrose.
Exactly. A little bit of a Barry Melrose. Hey, I thought it was very interesting earlier today on the radio station in which you're a host and I'm a collaborator, Martin Lemay's show, which is the afternoon drive at BPM Sports Radio in Montreal. It's 91.9 on your FM dial. Here's an excerpt in French. We're going to translate. Head coach of the Arizona Coyotes, Andre Tourigny, asked about Juraj Slavkovsky because the big debate right now is whether or not Slavkovsky should go to the World Juniors and play for Slovakia. Let's hear from Andre Tourigny.
À un moment donné, vous allez vous attendre que Slavkovsky soit un leader. Ça va être quand la dernière fois qu'il est un leader dans son club, lui? Lui, l'année passée, il jouait avec des hommes. Vous ne ferez pas croire que c'est lui le leader de son club. Après ça, il est au championnat, il est aux Olympiques. Vous ne ferez pas croire que c'est le leader dans la chambre. Là. Il y avait 17 ans. Là, il était avec le Canadien. Vous ne ferez pas croire que c'est lui le leader dans la chambre non plus. Là, ça va être quand la dernière fois qu'il avait été le leader dans la chambre? Quand il était midget. Puis là, vous allez dire, là, il faut qu'il soit le leader de notre équipe dans la Ligue nationale.
All right, there's Andre Tourigny, who, without saying whether or not he should go, because he doesn't play for his team, right? So I'm sure that's why he didn't want to go there. But it sounds like he's saying that he thinks he should go because he said, when was he ever a leader of the locker room? When it was the Olympics or the World Juniors, he was 17 years old or just 18. There's veterans on the team. You have a chance here to be a leader because the last time he was probably a leader was when he was playing midget. So it almost sounds like, without saying it, it almost sounds like he's saying he thinks he should go. Your thoughts on what Andre Tourigny said? And in the end, tell me if you'd send them yes or no.
Well, first of all, it is weird for me to listen to an NHL coach talking about other players in the NHL. I mean, I'm hearing Tourigny talking more about the Canadian players than his own players. You're coaching the NHL. What are you doing commenting Montreal players? To me, that's weird, and you should be focusing on your own team and not other teams. End of the point on this, because I think it's weird. Now, regarding that point about Olympics,
I think he's doing a huge service to actually listeners. We're getting commentary from an NHL coach who's not afraid to give his generic opinions.
But Tony, you're right, but it's a conflict of interest. You're coaching the NHL. You should not be commenting about other players and that are not on your team. He's coaching the NHL. I've never seen a coach in the NHL doing something about commenting about other players in other team. You know, the situation that the Coyotes are already is as weird as it is in their rink, that now you have a coach that is commenting on the radio every day on other players. To me, that's weird. I know for the people, for the public, the insight is awesome, but to me, it's a conflict of interest. It's not right. But
yeah,
to go back to what
I'm
you
a
said.
little bit biased. I love Andre, and I love hearing him speak. So maybe I'm a little bit biased. Okay?
No, but it's okay. I understand that people like it. I'm just saying that in an internal point of view, you can't do that. But to talk about now answering the question, what you just said about the Olympics, I would send him there. I would so send him there. Because,
the World Juniors, you mean? The World Juniors.
I would send, World Junior. I would send him there. And the reason why I would send him there is because Slavkovsky playing a fourth line, 10 minutes a game with Pezzetta doesn't give him justice. It's a guy that has to play in the top lines, and he's not ready yet to play in the top six with the Montreal Canadiens. And to be honest with you, Tony, I'm afraid that he's going to get rocked one time. He's going to get a bad concussion because
I'm afraid too.
It's like he hasn't learned yet how to. You can't be this big, 6'4", and getting rocked every game like this. Like he was practicing today with a coach that was showing him how to keep his head up while he's doing drills because he's not used to that yet. He's getting hit too much. So if he goes to the World Championship, he could be back in a position where he could dominate. He could play lots of minutes, get his confidence back. Because with the amount of time he got hit this year, I love Pezzetta, but he's a skilled guy. He shouldn't be playing the fourth with, Jake Evans skates all over the place. He's one concussion away that his career is done. He doesn't produce anything other than being really good on a PK. Pezzetta is a physical guy that can't play with Slavkovsky because he's a skilled guy and the other guy is a crusher. So it doesn't give him any justice to be there for his development. So that's why I would put him in a position so he could play good minutes to play in a junior.
I think I just got hair in my mouth. I have a theory on Slavkovsky getting hit hard. And by the way, I'm worried that he's going to get concussed too. And you picked him number 1 in the draft, and you want this guy to be with you for like 15 years. And he's a huge asset. And the last thing you want is him getting rocked. And I saw Galchenyuk get rocked a lot as an 18-year-old. I saw Kotkaniemi get rocked a lot as an 18-year-old. I saw Eric Lindros get rocked a lot in his career. They have the habit that they have their head down a lot. They don't take a lot of information. Today, I saw something pretty cool, which is something I would have liked to have seen at the beginning of the year. There's a criticism I can make of the Canadiens. Adam Nicholas was working with Slavkovsky today before all the players got on the ice.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yes, and he was working on keeping his head up while he was stick handling. But I found that in this case, the Canadiens were reactive instead of being proactive. I would have loved for this to have taken place, and maybe it did, and I didn't know.
But Tony, just so you know, I have never seen in my life. I played 13 years in the NHL, and I've followed in hockey a lot. I have never seen a coach having to teach a guy to keep his head up in the NHL. I've never seen that.
Yeah,
before.
But George, how many times did you see guys get rocked and get concussions?
Tony, your first round pick overall. How do you not know that the NHL is physical? You have to keep your head up. The exhibition game against Ottawa,
George,
Eric
Lindros' career was shortened because of this, George. And this guy was supposed to be a phenom.
Yeah, but he was. But
no,
predatory hit. Scott Stevens, what he's done, what he did.
George,
those hits are no longer allowed today.
George,
Tony, think about it.
I disagree with you.
Tony, I've never seen a player that needs to learn to keep his head up when you already got rocked so many. He got rocked so many times this year. How he doesn't know that yet? That in the NHL is a hitting league. You're 6'4". You shouldn't be on your ass all the time. Keep your head up. It's not normal that a small player rocks you. You're getting hit all the time. That's not normal. I've never seen a guy that has to do drill learning to keep his head up. This is the NHL, and to me, it's like, okay, it's the basics. We teach that to kids in Bantam first year that they play contact.
George, he was
Those
always
kids, they get hit once, they have their head up all the time. Tony, you know that when I was my first year Bantam, Tony, I got a concussion because my head was on the puck, looking at the puck. I wasn't looking up. After I got that concussion, I never looked down again. I learned from it. How many times is he going to have to get hit before he learns that he has to keep his head up?
George, he was so much bigger than everyone else that he was able to get by on his physicality, and he probably played on, and now he's, and probably played in bigger rinks. And now everywhere he turns, the game is faster. The guys are just as big. They're just as strong. The smartest players in the world are playing in the National Hockey League, and he's getting caught, and it's going to be an adjustment. And I think the reason why you never saw coaches teaching guys how to keep their head up is because the Canadiens are doing things that other teams haven't done in the past. I think it's smart what they're doing. As a matter of fact, I think it's brilliant. I just would have loved if they would have done it before, because every time a guy breaks into the league who's 18 years old, who is not a slam dunk, and is either really big or skipped a step to get there, I'm worried about them getting caught. Jake Evans came into the league later than that. Okay, he wasn't a first-round pick. I got it. But Jake Evans got rocked. Like, I think he sustained like 4 concussions in 2.5 years. I mean, it's just, I don't, anyway.
But Jake Evans also is a smaller forward. Slav is 6'4". It looks bad when you're 6'4". You get
but
like
because
that
Jake Evans is a smaller forward, he's had to exercise his brain and his IQ and take information and track most of his career because he wasn't gonna, barrel over guys. But Slavkovsky never exercised his brain because he always got by on his huge size. That's what I think is the explanation to that. Tell me that sounds intelligent.
Tony, we're in December. Like, how many more months does he need? It's not like he just started. How many times he got rocked this year? How many more times he has to get rocked to figure it out? When you talk about hockey IQ, that's what it is. There's muscle memory, remembering that you got rocked last game, keep your head up. Not having to do a drill.
George, I think he knows he has to keep his head up, but it's a bad habit that's hard to break, no?
Yeah, but Tony, like, it's the NHL. Like, to me, when I saw this coach doing drill with him, keep your head up, I was like, man, this is the first pick overall, and we have to do a drill about keeping his head up. To me, Tony, that doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous. I've never seen that, Tony. I've never heard of anything like that. There's many European players that play in the NHL that are not used to play physical. They're playing a bigger rink, and they play in a league that has no hitting. They come there, they know it's physical, they have their head up. They don't have a coach teaching them to keep it up. So I hope it works, but to me, it was very weird to see that.
So I'm gonna tell you this, probably not a popular opinion. I've really given this a lot of thought. I probably changed my mind on it a couple of times. I'm not going to change my mind anymore. At some point this season, I'm ready to send Slavkovsky to Laval for some more seasoning, and I'm ready to send him to the World Juniors so that he can try to lead as much as he can. And he may or may not be able to dominate, but we don't agree.
We both agree.
Oh, we agree.
We both. I agree. I agree.
The NHL's too fast right now, so you send them to the American Hockey League. Let it slow it down a bit. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, he needs to dominate somewhere. He needs to play big minutes. He needs to be in the first PK, play 20 minutes a game. And I'm not sure playing a fourth line 10 minutes a game with Evan and Zapenzeta is helping his hockey.
I got a stupid question. It won't be the first I'm going to ask, and it's not going to be the last. When you played and you practiced, did you want to score every shot you took in practice, or did you go through motions?
It depends. It really depends what you did. Like, obviously a guy like me, you have to practice as hard as you can, right? So, warm-ups and stuff, it's warm up the goalie, stuff like that, no. But if it's hard practice where, you play or you battle and you play and you go from the corner to the net or 2-on-2 battle, stuff like this, yes, it depends what it is, right? Often in practice, when you do drills and stuff, like, you're warming up the goalie, so it's not the same. And also, when you're rookie, it's not the same as when you're veteran. When you establish, you go to the motion a bit more, even though you skate hard. The shooting is different. As when you're rookie, you want to prove your place in the warm-up, in the lineup, and you want to be established. So then you might take everything more differently because, you feel like each practice you have to fight for your spot. So I'd say more so when you're rookie than a veteran.
And by the way, I believe in Slavkovsky. I like Slavkovsky. I don't have a problem with the Canadiens that they chose Slavkovsky. I just think that some players need American Hockey League. Some players don't. Some players need to go to the World Juniors. Some players don't. I never saw a player get hurt from going to the World Juniors. I think it can help all players going to the World Juniors. So that's what I'll say about that. But, I asked you before about the shooting. Marty St. Louis asked earlier today by our buddy Eric Engels. Listen to this.
I think it's important for players who are shooting in practice and warm up with the same mentality of trying to score with every shot.
Yeah, you want to score in games? You better score in practice. Again, you talk about trusting the training. Never shot not to score, because every game I'm shooting to score. Cole doesn't get nervous when he gets a scoring opportunity because he trusts the training. And his training and practice is he shoots to score. So if you think you're not going to score in practice and all of a sudden you're going to score in games, take every reps like they mean something, because you're going to get in those situations, you're going to trust the training because you respected the reps.
This guy's the best, man.
Maybe that's why I only scored 53 goals in the NHL. I should have shot every time to try to score. I would have scored
but
more.
when the more like I find, I stopped going to school back in 1993. I find every time I listen to Marty St. Louis speak, I find like I'm back in school again. I find like I'm learning something. I mean, I love this guy. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I really, really, I like him so much. He's the most refreshing coach they've ever had in my life. Are you sold? Are you sold?
Well, yeah, I like him because he brings a different approach. The thing is you can't compare eras, right? Because it's completely different. And also remember that Martin St. Louis comes with a team that he has no pressure. He comes with a team with a lot of young guys that they just have to play and have fun. So it's a perfect environment to start your NHL career as coming to a team that you have to win now. Mm-hmm. Nobody expects the team to make the playoffs, so it's good. He lets the guy loose, let them have fun, not too confusing with different systems, and now everybody's contributing and it's awesome and he's inspiring them. So it's perfect because even though he has no experience in the NHL, just his background that he has, of the hockey background that he has, makes it so the players respect him because he played over 1,000 games in the NHL, defied the odds with the fact that he's a small player. Mm-hmm. He knows how to score, he knows how to play the game, and he's teaching it with the intensity that he knew how he played. And that's why the team is playing above what we expected of them. So yeah, he's the perfect guy right now for what he's doing with his team to be in this position. And it's awesome.
A shout out to Playground. They have over 600 machines, poker tournaments, and Playground casino games, daily promotions, and unmatched customer service. Why go anywhere else? Located just over the Mercier Bridge, only minutes from downtown Montreal. George, I know you go to bed early. I know you stayed up a little later for me. It's 10:42. I'm going to let you go. But before you do, once again, talk to me about what you're doing for Hockey for the Homeless. This is a special charity. These Hockey for the Homeless games, they used to take place in Montreal a couple of years ago. Are they still coming back to Montreal, George, or no?
Yes. Yeah, it's all over Canada. So, this week is in Toronto, Aurora, Newmarket. Next week, I'm in Winnipeg. It's a bunch of NHLers like me.
Who's there?
Maybe Doug Gilmore. I'm not sure. I didn't look at the list, but they take the popular NHL guys that they're drawing attention, and they do a draft where the team that raised the most amount of money, they draft the player that they want, and it goes in order. And all the money that are raised, there's different charitable foundation across the city that donate for the homelessness. And we play hockey, and then a lot of they raise from 100 to 250,000.
Oh, amazing. Fantastic.
No,
wow.
It's very good. And when we play those tournaments, we play 3 games with people that bid, that picks us up. Like me, I'm going to play with a team that drafted me. I'm going to spend 3 games with them, and I spend time and having fun with them to encourage them to come back next year. And
it must bring back some pretty awesome memories, George, to the time when you paid so that you can play in the NHL.
Yeah, no. It is, but Tony, it is awesome. It is awesome.
Fantastic. Listen,
guide and, yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. So tomorrow, are you going to be playing in the games, or are you going to be hosting your radio show? What's going on at 11 o'clock?
No, I have to miss my radio show tomorrow because I have 3 games, one at 10, at noon, and at 2. So I can't. So
who's filling in?
First time. Nobody. Max and Greg is taking my spot with Max.
Okay.
So it's all good. It's the first time that I'm missing a show this year. But sometimes charity work, sometimes I have to miss. But
George, I think it's awesome that you're giving your time for such an amazing charity, because hockey helps the homeless is absolutely fantastic. George, good for you. Thanks for doing this. All right.
Thank
I'm going to get you one of these. I got you the sick vegan sweater. I'm going to get you one of these mini tripods now so that you don't have to hold your phone on top of your vitamins bottles. What vitamins did you bring, by the way? What vitamins are they?
It's always the same, like spirulina.
Which one?
Spirulina herbs, B12, stuff like this.
You take B12? Yeah, my wife takes B12.
As a vegan, right? I don't eat meat, right? And dairy. which blood B12 come in it, so I take it naturally.
I take vitamin D3.
Yeah.
I take magnesium. I take
I take them all. I take them all too.
curcumin.
Oh, curcumin, yeah, good.
I've taken ashwagandha in the past. Have you ever taken that?
Yeah. No, but
No,
but how about you take your bicycle once in a while? You promise.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, yeah. Is there any truth that you bring the blue pill with you, and that's why you were going up?
Tony, I'm black. I don't need blue pills. You do. Actually, do a favor to your wife. Puff one a night. She'll be happy. She can feel something for once. And you brought the subject, man. I'm closing it.
That's why you were going to dump the pillow.
You love that one, eh?
Hey, let me. Let me ask you something. What time does Moxie Coiffeur and Yellow Kid? How much? What time does Moxie Coiffeur usually close at on weeknights? Tonight it closed at what time?
Today we close around 8.
You close it around 8. The fact that oh, look at that! Look what we have here. Look. MoxieCoiffeur.com. Huh? There's the phone number, 363-3332. And on Boulevard Newman in Villa Sal, 7771 Newman. You're closed on Mondays and Sundays. Is that correct? Are those the right hours? Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You said you close at around 8.
Well, Thursday, Friday is a little bit later.
Thursday, Friday, a little bit later. We're going to update the website. We're going to update the internet. Then on Saturdays between 9 and 5. Is that correct?
Exactly.
So, George, seeing as he closes at around 8 o'clock, and it's like 10:47, and he's at my house right now. How much you think I tip him? Because this is big overtime that he's doing. It's 2 hours and 47 minutes after closing. He's at my house.
Give him $100.
$100? $100 is good. Hey, $100 is good or no?
Sold.
Please say yes.
Yeah.
He says yes. But you know what though? If he would have cut all my hair, he would have given you $200. You know what? I should have did it. You want to know why? You could have taken 100 and give me the 100. Yeah. All right.
Actually, give him a happy ending too.
Stop. Okay, stop. Family show over here. We got to go. Kelly says to give you $55. people. Oh, no. Kelly says $55 tip, $50 haircut. Hold on a second. You want to laugh? I went to lunch today and I had expensive. I don't know if I have $100. Let's see. Hold on a second. Do we have enough? Hold on a second. We have enough.
I'm happy for you.
All
this is awesome.
George, have a good one. Take care, buddy. Oh my God, you make me laugh. It's unbelievable. It was his phone was on top of his vitamins. This guy's a piece of work for real. Hey, why don't you come in? Because I got news for you. You and I? No. Bring your chair up here. You and I, we're gonna podcast together now. You ever done this before?
Nope.
We're gonna podcast together, okay? So there's we're gonna go for about 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'm gonna bring you Go for Gold. But I know you're a big Montreal Canadiens fan, right?
Yes.
Right? Okay, so talking to the microphone. We're gonna share the mic. Big Montreal Canadiens fan.
Yes.
Yeah. And what do you think they're gonna do this year?
Well, as much as I want them to do good, I like them to lose a little bit.
You like them to do good, but you want them to lose a little bit.
Yes.
Why?
Well, we suffered for so long.
Yeah.
Might as well suffer one more year.
Yeah.
And try to get that big number one.
Yeah. Yeah. So we suffer for so long. So you're like me. We got the beer in here. You're wearing the Yankees hat. Yeah. Okay. So you want them to get Connor Bedard or what? What's the story?
I would like to.
Who's your favorite player of all time?
Wayne Gretzky.
How do you feel about Ovechkin that he's going to break his 894 goals?
Not yet.
He looks like he's on his way, though, eh? No, seriously. If you had to bet today, you would bet that he's going to do it.
Yeah, doesn't look good for Wayne.
He's less than 100 goals away.
99.
But would you have ever have bet, all kidding aside, that somebody was going to break that record one day of 894 goals? No. I would have never have bet that. I'm embarrassed to tell you what I'm going to tell you. I'm almost ashamed to say it. but I'm gonna say it anyway. I don't want him to break it.
I don't want him to break it either.
Talk it to the mic. Talk.
I don't want him to break it either.
You don't want him to break it, eh? No. For me, Wayne Gretzky is I don't know. He's the great one, man. He's the greatest of all time. And I know he's got like 61 individual records. And I know that records are made to be broken. And I don't know if it's just, you know what? For me, he's the great one. I don't want Alexander. This is terrible to say this, eh? Because Alexander Ovechkin has never done anything to me. I actually have a beautiful canvas frame somewhere over there in the back that, you know what, if I get signed, it's beautiful. I could put it up, but I don't know how to explain it other than I always loved Gretzky. When I used to play ball hockey growing up, Gretzky was one of my favorite players. I mean, Lafleur was my favorite player, and everyone knew that Gretzky was better than Lafleur, but to me, Guy Lafleur was the greatest player of all time, if that makes any sense, right? But even though we know he wasn't, and it was most likely Wayne, I don't want to see Ovechkin break Gretzky's records.
That's going to be a tough one.
And you know what I'm starting to think? Not that this one's going to be broken, because you'd have to think this one's going to be broken. I'm starting to think that someday somebody's going to beat 50 and 39.
That's going to be hard.
Well, it's going to be a hard one. You think it's harder to beat 50 goals in 39 games than it is to beat 894 goals in a season? I need you to think about this, okay? 894 goals, okay, is like scoring 45 goals a year for 20 seasons.
Yes. It's unheard of. It's unheard of.
So you say that 50 and 39 is going to be very tough to beat. I say that scoring 894 goals in your career is even tougher.
Could be. Listen, they're both very hard to beat, but one's coming close.
The big inside stuff here. They're both very, very hard to beat. You think my hair's short enough on the top or what? It's good enough? It's short enough?
It looks great.
Fantastic. Okay, very, very good. Okay. Joe Scalzo, by the way, from Moxie Coiffeur, a hop, skip, and a jump away from me in Villa-Sal. Gretzky was maybe too generous, would pass off to Curry instead of shooting for some goals. It's true, though, eh? Think about all the goals that Gretzky could have scored, that he passed the puck on a 2-on-1, and had he been more selfish, and had he actually been better on breakaways, because he was not like Mario Lemieux on breakaways. Mario Lemieux on breakaways was sure money. Wayne Gretzky was not. But if Gretzky would have passed the puck, would have shot the puck more often when he was on, he would have had more goals. But he didn't, because that's what made Gretzky special. You know, everyone talks about Gretzky and Lemieux. I remember I was a big fan of the skills competitions at All-Star games. I don't know if you remember this. But at one point, there was the 3-versus-3 relay where they're skating around the pylons.
Yes.
And the third man on team number 1 was Gretzky, and the third man on team number 2 was Mario Lemieux. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember.
And everyone's waiting for them to go to see who's going to finish first and come back, right? Mario Lemieux picks up the puck, and he takes off before Gretzky does, because his team was going faster in the relay, right?
They were ahead.
So Mario, with that big, long reach, he's like 6'5". You would think, A, he's got a reach advantage on Gretzky. B, he started the relay before Gretzky because his team was going faster. You would think it's a done deal. He's going to beat Gretzky. What does Wayne Gretzky do to make up the time? Instead of going around the pylons, he's taking his stick with the puck and he's going over the pylons.
The leg would go, yes.
Over the pylons, so this way he doesn't have to do the turns. He's basically doing the same thing. He's going around the pylons, but he beat the system. And he comes back and he finishes this much ahead of and before Mario Lemieux. And that's why when we talk about the smartest hockey player of all time, there will never be another Wayne Gretzky, ever. Who you had a chance to meet, by the way.
Yes, I did.
You want to talk in the microphone and tell your story or what?
I was very fortunate to meet him.
Okay, why don't you tell people how? Go ahead. Give our friends a plug, yeah?
I was invited to Epic Hotel where he was staying.
Yeah. And, Epic Hotel in the old port, by the way. My friends Gigi and Silvio, which are your friends as well. We share mutual friends. They're the owners. They own the Epic Hotel. If memory serves me well, they own Hotel Bonaparte. They own Hotel Uville, and I believe they own one or two more, which the names escape me right now. But they own about 5 of them in the Old Port, right? So Wayne Gretzky and Janet were staying. Was it at the Epic that they were staying, or at the Bonaparte? They were staying at one of the hotels in the Old Port. I think while the tennis was going on here.
Yeah, it was a couple of years back. Yeah.
And, your very good friend is one of the owners and set it up for you. And he said,
Listen, if you want to meet him, now's the chance.
Now's the chance. Did he run it by Wayne first to say, Wayne, I'd like to bring in a friend or whatever? Or?
Sure, yeah.
You sure he did?
Yeah.
And so you went to the hotel in the Old Port?
Yeah, 7 in the morning, rushed.
7 in the morning?
Yeah, he said, now or never.
In the lobby?
Yeah, in the lobby, got there. Tried to grab as much as Wayne Gretzky memorabilia that I could find.
What did you have?
I got lucky enough to have this jersey.
In the mic. His jersey. What else?
I brought a little statue and a calendar that I could find because my head was
all
over the place.
So you didn't know the night before that this could happen. This at 7 o'clock in the morning. You got the call?
Yeah. And this is it. It's happening now.
All right. So you go there, you pull up, you park, whatever, you get in.
Get in.
As soon as you walk in, you see him or not?
See him right away.
Right away.
Yeah. Take a picture.
How are you? This is your childhood idol. You're still your idol.
Still my idol.
You were all casual. How are you? You didn't like jump in his arms, give him a hug, give him a kiss, anything. No. Like a gentleman, walked in. Hi, how are you?
Good morning. How's it going? Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Took a couple of pictures, sat down, we had coffee.
Wow.
Started talking, talked about Montreal, talked about Guhle, as you were saying.
Oh, really, eh?
So
how long did you guys talk?
10, 15 minutes in.
Yeah.
I think this is it. It's time to go. He gets up. So I said, okay, that was, I'm about to say thank you very much. He goes, would you like another coffee? Went over, poured me another coffee. We sat down for another 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. He's the best, eh? Gentleman. Yeah. Like you.
By far. Like you.
Like you. This guy, what a guy, man. This is unbelievable. All right, okay. Joe Scalzo at Moxie Coiffeur in Villa Sal came over to give me a haircut live on the air. This is unbelievable. Look at that. We got it up again. All right, okay. I should have turned the mic when you were talking because next time, you know what? I have another mic there, actually. I'm so stupid because I have another mic over there. I should have just got the other mic. I should have plugged it in. But unfortunately, I'm not that smart. All right? Okay. Why don't we do this now? Let's go for gold.
Go for gold. A daily World Cup report.
Alfonso Davies keeps it himself. Goal!
Presented by Bijouterie Bossy.
Alfonso Davies.
Go for Gold is brought to you by Bijouterie Bossy. Bijouterie Bossy has provided professional service and fine jewelry for over 30 years. Visit the store at 9640 Boulevard Saint Michel in Montreal. Call them at 514-387-9528. Once again, I got this at Bijouterie Bossy. It is stainless steel, by the way. It's very, very well made. It's absolutely beautiful. Very, very affordable. Very affordable. Makes a great Christmas gift. You're going to love it. I got this bracelet as well. I got a couple of Ferrari watches that I got there as well. They got Boulevard watches as well. They got engagement rings. They got diamond rings. They got beautiful earrings, which my wife picked up as well in the past, and you're absolutely going to love them. All right, Go for Gold. We're talking World Cup, Qatar 2022. Tomorrow is the day for 4 teams in particular, and then Saturday is going to be another day for another 4 teams. But tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m., it's Croatia versus Brazil. We know that Croatia were runners-up at the last World Cup. We also know that Brazil is quite the powerhouse. This is going to be a great game. You would think that Brazil is going to try and open it up. You would think that Croatia will try and counter. Croatia has arguably the best midfield of any team at the World Cup. Brazil, of course, they're just stacked at pretty much every position. It's going to be a fantastic game. Here on in, anyone could beat anyone. The thing I wonder about Croatia is they've had a couple of tough tests here at the World Cup so far, and I'm wondering how much juice is left because Brazil was able to rest several of their players in the third game, and so they looked very, very fresh last game. The other game, let's bring it up, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Netherlands versus Argentina. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Hey, I think if Argentina wins it, I think it's going to have to be Messi. I think Messi's going to have to. Great players, they can just do things when you want them to do things. I think Messi's going to have to do it. I know that this is not the best Netherlands team they've ever had, but watch out for this 24-year-old, this kid, Cody Gakpo. This kid can score goals, and I think that Netherlands will defend and counter. And I think that if Argentina doesn't bring their A game tomorrow, I think they could be surprised. I hope not, because part of me hopes, even though I don't mind who wins the World Cup, part of me hopes that Argentina makes it through on their end to the final, and Portugal makes it through to their end in the final, and Cristiano Ronaldo starts for Portugal. And of course, we know that Lionel Messi will start for Argentina, and it'll be Ronaldo versus Messi for the World Cup. But then again, the pity would be is that it's going to be a shame for one of those two players to end up losing that World Cup. But yeah, I would really love for one of them. I wish both of them could win the World Cup, but it doesn't go down that way. I would love for one of them to be able to win it. This show is brought to you in part by other good friends of mine, Sean Gerard and Mike Cinquino, Energy Transportation Group, as well as the Geloso Group, who bring you 8.6 beer. Once again, let's go for that, huh? Cheers. Salute. And Laraque. Make your way to Laraque. Chances are you'll see me and Agnello there next week. To you, my sick army, who followed along on YouTube Live, who followed along on Facebook Live, and who followed along on Twitter Live, thank you so much for being there tonight and always. And the best part about the Sick Podcast is that sick moments happen sometimes when you least expect it. Like when I'm hosting a podcast and 10 or 15 minutes in, somebody comes through my door, walks into my basement, and it's Joe Scalzo from Moxie, because Agnello called him earlier today to give me a haircut. What a guy. Agnello and Sammy. Next time, can you, I don't know, can you send a nice car through my door or something? Can you do something else? Like, something for Christmas, actually something, but I do appreciate the haircut very much, Joe. Thank you very much. All right. Have a great night, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, 10 o'clock. Tell your friends about it. This host and this podcast is sick. Enjoy the World Cup games tomorrow. Salute. Ciao, ciao.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Tony Marinaro on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts. The Sick Podcast is brought to you by Energy Transportation Group. Driven to be different. 8.6. Intense by nature. And Laraque. If the last time you went to Laraque was when the Habs won the cup, it's time you went back to Laraque. The menu will surprise you.